Carlos Sainz has opened up about the difficult decision to part ways with Ferrari. It's clear that the move hurt him, despite his strong stance on the situation. Sainz had been a pivotal figure at Ferrari, helping the team reach the level they are now. But when Ferrari decided to bring in seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton as his replacement, Sainz was taken by surprise. Most would have seen the move as a natural progression, but for Carlos, it felt like a punch to the gut. While many would jump at the chance to team up with a driver like Hamilton, Sainz's situation isn't that simple. The new regulations provide him with a long-term opportunity to prove Ferrari made the wrong call. It's a chance for Sainz to show the world that his departure wasn't the right choice. But that brings up an important question: did Ferrari do what was best for the team? And why is the decision to break up their driver duo, which had brought them so close to fighting for championships, being criticized so heavily? One of the biggest shocks in Formula One recently came when Lewis Hamilton announced he would join Ferrari. But, as the saying goes, 3 doesn't fit into 2, and this left the team in a tricky spot. Carlos Sainz, while strong on the track, seemed like the odd one out, especially when compared to Charles Leclerc, who has had a more consistent performance at Ferrari. Despite that, Sainz had started to make a case for himself from the very first race of the 2024 season. Deep down, he knew his time at Ferrari was coming to an end, and he also realized that not many teams would want him under the current circumstances. Mercedes might have been the most obvious choice for his next move, but it wasn't a long-term solution. At first, Sainz seemed to accept the decision, even claiming there were no hard feelings. But as time passed, it became clear that he wasn't prepared for such a quick move. The suddenness of it all took a toll on him, and he admitted that it affected his mental well-being. Reflecting on it, Sainz shared that the start of the year felt like a test unlike any other. He was told he wouldn't continue with Ferrari, a team he had expected to stay with. That news hit him hard and left him feeling unprepared and shocked. Sainz opened up more about the emotional toll of that period, saying he was tested more than ever before. He felt betrayed and unprepared for the news that his future with Ferrari was over, especially since he had been confident going into the winter break that he would remain with the team. The shock of it all was significant, but despite his disappointment, Sainz continued to train and prepare for the upcoming season. He remained determined to win races and compete for a championship, even though the situation was far from ideal. Carlos had always made it clear that he wanted stability, especially knowing where he would race in the upcoming season. He put pressure on Ferrari to settle his contract beyond 2024, wanting clarity for his future. But when the opportunity arose for Ferrari to sign Hamilton for 2025, it was too big to pass up. Still, despite understanding the significance of bringing in a driver of Hamilton's caliber, Sainz couldn't deny that he was hurt by how it all went down. Sainz's departure from Ferrari marked the end of an era for him. He had played a vital role in the team's resurgence, and to see Ferrari fight for championships without him, while he would be joining a Williams team focused on 2026, was a bitter pill to swallow. It was a situation no driver would want to find themselves in. Carlos Sainz, despite the difficult circumstances, continued to prove his worth on track. His tactical decisions in races like Silverstone, Monaco in 2022, and the 2024 Singapore Grand Prix showcased his sharp racing instincts. He was often ahead of the team, calling for pit stops before they were even considered. This not only highlighted his high on-track intelligence, but also showed that he could read a race in ways few others could. Russell and Verstappen are often praised for their ability to judge a race, but Sainz's actions in those moments proved that he had that same skill. Despite these impressive feats, it still stung for him to be dropped by Ferrari in such a manner. When discussing the emotional aftermath of the news, Sainz reflected on a particularly emotional moment during the Australian Grand Prix podium. There, surrounded by his father, manager, and girlfriend, he realized just how much support he had during that tough time. He wasn't crying behind closed doors, but he admitted to feeling deeply hurt. The shock of the decision left him shaken for a while, but the support from his close ones gave him the strength to push through. Looking back, Sainz expressed that he's now almost thankful for the experience because it made him a stronger and more focused driver. The pain he felt at the time was transformative, and it pushed him to evolve both as an athlete and as a person. His relationship with Ferrari, however, is far from over. The team demonstrated their respect for Sainz by inviting him to their own track in Fano, where he and his father tested the F175. This gesture clearly shows that Ferrari holds Sainz in high regard for his contributions over the years. It's rare to see a team that part ways in such a professional and respectful manner, but that doesn't erase the emotional impact of the split. The situation with McLaren had been very different. Back then, the team wasn't competing for victories, and many doubted Sainz's decision to move to Ferrari when the team was in decline. Fast forward to today, and Ferrari is on the brink of a Constructors' Championship, but Sainz will not be part of that future. It's clear that the decision has affected his confidence, as he now faces a much tougher challenge with Williams, a team that is still in a rebuilding phase. Despite this, he's not alone in thinking that the team could be capable of surprising results in the future, especially with the backing of his new financial partners. While Sainz faces an uncertain future at Williams, the decision to replace him at Ferrari has sparked significant debate. Many experts and former F1 drivers have questioned whether Ferrari made the right call by signing Hamilton, especially given the seven-time world champion's age. The concern is that Hamilton, nearing the end of his career, might not have the longevity to help Ferrari build a car that suits his driving style. It's been noted by figures like Ralf Schumacher and Felipe Massa that age does matter in Formula One. As drivers get older, recovery time increases and injuries take longer to heal. For a sport as physically demanding as F1, this is a serious consideration. Massa, in particular, was clear about his doubts regarding Hamilton's move to Ferrari. While he has no question about Hamilton's talent, he pointed out that age could have a bigger impact than people realize. The demands of F1 require peak physical performance, and Hamilton might not be able to maintain that level for much longer. That said, there are others who believe Hamilton still has the ability to deliver. Juan Pablo Montoya, another former driver, shared the opinion that Hamilton's experience will outweigh the challenges he might face in the short term. If the car is competitive, Montoya believes Hamilton will dominate after a few races. As for Sainz, while it might seem far-fetched at the moment, there's still a possibility that Williams could surprise everyone in the near future. With their focus set on the 2026 season and the solid backing from Sainz's financial partners, the team is poised to make significant strides. The partnership between Sainz and Williams is more than just a driver-team relationship, it's a strategic alliance that could help the team rise from the back of the grid. Sainz's reputation as a talented driver, combined with his financial support, could provide the necessary boost for Williams to make a serious push in the coming years. While his current situation might seem disappointing, Sainz has a unique opportunity to prove that Ferrari made a mistake in letting him go. He now has the chance to build a new legacy with a team that's focused on long-term growth, while Ferrari focuses on their immediate future with Hamilton. The battle between Ferrari and Sainz is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing storylines in F1, especially considering the contrasting paths they are taking. Looking ahead, the question remains who will come out on top in this battle. Ferrari's decision to bring in Hamilton might be a bold move, but it's far from certain that it will pay off. Sainz, on the other hand, has the chance to prove his worth in a different environment, with a team that's hungry for success and the support to turn things around. His partnership with Williams, bolstered by a strong financial backer, could be the key to his resurgence. The long-term benefits for both him and the team could be immense, even if the immediate future looks uncertain. As for Hamilton, his future with Ferrari will be closely watched. Will he retire with the team after securing another championship, or will his age and the challenges of adapting to a new team impact his ability to perform at the highest level? Only time will tell, but what's certain is that the next few seasons will be a pivotal chapter for both drivers and their respective teams. As the F1 world watches this intense battle unfold, one thing is clear: the race for the future of Ferrari and Carlos Sainz is far from over. What do you think? Will Hamilton deliver in his new Ferrari role, or will Sainz prove that Ferrari made a huge mistake? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.